Honorable Minister, I would like to thank the previous speakers, and just to note before I invite my peers that after the Minister, we shall have the handover of assets, then we'll do a group photo and media interviews at the red carpet. Without much ado, allow me to now invite the Permanent Secretary, Engineer Irene Bateebe. Permanent Secretary, Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, you're most welcome.
The Honorable Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, the Honorable Canon Dr. Ruth Nankabira Sentamu, the Honorable Minister of State for Energy, the Honorable Okasai Sidronius Opolot, Honorable Members of Parliament representing a number of committees, our representatives of different boards. You will allow me combine you in the interest of time. The representative of the Auditor General, Director Joseph Hiria, who has given us a lot of support. The UMEME board, led by the board chairman, management and staff, all commissioners and senior management of the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, of course, our religious leaders. We see you, Pastor Semper. Thank you for coming. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a momentous occasion indeed. And going through the last 5 years, as we started winding up the concession and following the cabinet decision of October 2022, the teams have been working under pressure. And we kept guiding the teams that when they are under pressure, they should keep calm and unruffled on the surface, paddle like a duck, like everything is underneath. So they have managed during this tumultuous time exceedingly well. Please let's applaud the teams led by the Minister of Energy. I recall the last meeting we had with UMEME a few days ago. The CEO, and I want to thank you, Celestino, with your team blessing, were very calm in that meeting, but behind them, a lot was happening. Equally, UEDCL has gone through a very busy time, and yet the CEO came and was calm. The Electricity Regulatory Authority, ERA, CEO, we know the pressure under which you've been working. So we really want to thank everyone that has contributed to this process and ensured a seamless, largely seamless handover. I want to start with the decision of Cabinet and therefore thank His Excellency the President and together with our Honorable Minister of Energy and Mineral Development and the Ministerial team for the guidance you have given us throughout this process. We kept coming again and again to ensure that we were on the right track, and many times you guided and very well. Following the Cabinet decision, we put in place 3 committees as the governance structure for this transition. There was a steering committee that the Honorable Minister chaired alongside the Attorney General and the Minister of Finance. And without a doubt, the steering committee steered us, and very well. There was a joint technical committee where we sat as the technical team, where we were represented as the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development. And I want to thank the commissioners that led that team. Engineer Cecilia Menya, Engineer Abdona Twine, they were at the helm of guiding the ministry team in a committee that I chaired. The Ministry of Finance was a member of that team represented by the Permanent Secretary and the Secretary to Treasury, and we want to thank PSST in absentia for continuing to support this process, and at the end, ensuring we pay UMEME in a timely manner. We had the National Planning Authority, and we want to thank our our appreciation to the authority for the support they gave us to ensure that this process is aligned with the national goals. I want in a special way to thank the Electricity Regulatory Authority, CEO, for the strength, but also the courage you brought to this process. Together with your team, we want to applaud you. The Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited was a member of that committee, and without a doubt, Mr. Paul Mwesigwa, you steered this process and very well, calm under pressure. It's to a point that sometimes would worry. Mr. Mwesigwa is very calm, but he has mastered the art of leading under pressure. I want to thank the Office of the Prime Minister, that was also a member of this committee, and Mr. Irumba, please pass on our gratitude. You can stand, because they ensured we are well coordinated within cabinet, but also government, to deliver on this process. In a special way, under the coordination committee, where UEDCL sat with Umeme, I want to thank Umeme, Celestino and your team. They were very responsive. We had a few hiccups along the way, but we resolved them. I want to thank Celestino, Blessing, but the entire team. Indeed, Mr. Vitature, you had an A team, and continue lending them to us whenever we need them. Thank you very much. We had support from the World Bank, back end, just monitoring and guiding us on those things where we needed guidance, where necessary. And I want to thank Makados. They are here, our technical advisors. Just stand up. Makados Aries, just stand up. So what Makados was doing was largely to sit, we call them the red team. Everything is going on, we are all up and about, but you have this third party looking from the outside in and being able to guide us on where the risks lie and ensuring we've captured those risks and very well. And indeed, the guidance you gave us has supported us, especially in the recruitment strategy. We thank you. I want in a special way to thank the Auditor General, Director here, in the absence of Mr. Cole, for the leadership you provided during this period. Now, when we wrote to the Office of the Auditor General about a year ago, requesting them to commence this audit, Director here, together with Mr. Cole, took this by the bull's horns. They understood the task at hand and ensured they met the timelines. And we want to thank you. If you hadn't met the timelines, we wouldn't be here, would still be stuck in the hay. So thank you very much, Director here, for that leadership. Now, in summary, as a committee and therefore the governance structure of this transition, we focused on 4 pillars which delivered the transition. Number 1, we were keen on issues of governance, just looking into the company UEDCL and understanding where they stand as a company, going back in 2 times and reviewing their memorandum and articles of association and ensuring that the board is ready for the new season that the company is entering into. And with the guidance of the shareholders, the Minister of Energy and the Minister of Finance, indeed, we had to amend the memorandum and articles of association for the company to provide for more competencies to strengthen the board for the season they are entering into. And I want to thank the shareholders for that support. The other pillar was a technical pillar. We were keen to ensure that UEDCL is prepared to take on and manage this concession. So we were keen on the recruitment strategy that the company was deploying to ensure that we are able, number 1, to retain a critical mass of the Umeme staff as enshrined in the lease and assignment agreement we have with Umeme, but also the support agreement Umeme has with the Ministry of Finance. And that recruitment strategy has largely worked, but like we say, the test of that strategy is after today. So the MD, Mr. Mwesigwa, please ensure that the teams that you have recruited, you address issues of change management, culture. You're marrying 2 cultures. How do you ensure a competent team to deliver on the new task? So it's not over. You've recruited, but the teams must mingle. The teams must work together. And we'll be keen to continue providing guidance in that regard. We were keen on the technical pillar still to pay attention to issues of procurement. How does government support UEDCL in this season to procure efficiently and ensure they have the necessary materials to continue supporting supply of these public goods? And that we have endeavored, and we continue to work even with the Ministry of Finance to see if there are specific reforms we need to undertake in the PPDA law to support companies like UEDCL in the commercial space to operate commercially and not be encumbered by the bureaucracies that some of the laws bring time and again. We were keen under our third pillar to look at issues financing, to ensure, number one, that the buyout amount is mobilized, and we thank finance, but also ensure that UEDCL is supported and we ensure their financial sustainability. And we are happy to report, like the MD already indicated, but also ERA, we have made provision of sufficient funding to enable them continue operating the assets. And we are thinking long term. We continue to work out mechanisms with ERA, but also the Ministry of Finance to ensure the sustainability of the sector and UEDCL specifically. We had a fourth pillar, and that was largely the audit process and how we handle the transition. So, Honorable Minister and members, we want to use this opportunity to once again highlight, and it has already been indicated by the different speakers, that UEDCL is not in this alone. We are walking the journey with them. The Electricity Regulatory Authority has already given them key performance indicators. They have targets. They must deliver on these targets. If they don't, they will be penalized. So we are keen to ensure the company delivers on these targets. We are aware of some challenges Umeme has encountered on the collection side, and we have tasked UEDCL to ensure that all the remaining institutions that are not connected to prepaid meters are connected so that you're assured of your collections. Besides the targets, we are keen to ensure that on the government side, we continue supporting the company. Just like we've done for Umeme, we've been deploying government financing, whether GOU government or development financing, for example, like we have under the World Bank Electricity Access Scale-Up project to grow our grid. So that support will continue to be extended to UEDCL. So all the ingredients to support UEDCL have a successful journey have largely been put in place. We are aware of the ongoing power outages, but even that, the MD has comforted you that as soon as they take over, they will hit the ground running to ensure they fill the gaps, the deficits that we are experiencing on the network. So as a ministry, we have required UEDCL to be bold in this season, to be strong but also courageous. And without a doubt, you will flourish because you have a support system behind you. You're not alone. We are in this together. So, Honorable Minister, as we prepare to enter the next session, I really want to thank you for the guidance you continue to give us. Like you know, we look for you at midnight, sometimes at 1 a.m., and you're available. The Honorable Kasai, thank you. Honorable Kasai mentors us. He mentors us to ensure that we continue doing our work and very well. With that, thank you for coming, and we look forward to a fruitful 20 years as we implement our new energy policy and our second power sector generation reforms. I thank you very much. So with that, before we can invite the Honorable Minister, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, invite our dear Honorable Minister for State for Energy, the Honorable Sidronius Okasai Opolot. Thank you very much.
Honorable Minister, the various board chairs, especially the one of Umeme, honorable members of parliament, and all of you, good afternoon. Oh, it is good morning still. It is because I woke up very early. I thought I've been up for a long day already. I'm so delighted standing here today. It has been a lot of pain getting through the questions both in the cabinet and parliament, asking, will you manage to get this transition through? I'm actually delighted we have reached a stage where I can say we have succeeded, Honorable Minister. While my friend Bitature was talking about electricity, in various fora, they actually say, Minister of Energy, do you really have energy? Do you have power? And when that question is asked, confidently we said, yes, we have power. So I must thank you for your passion for the energy sector. I honestly would wish to thank you for insistence on changing the character of Umeme. I listened to you how you went through it, and I think we went to the same school. I actually believed in the transformation that you achieved. So well done. It was a long journey, but you delivered it. I wish to thank the cabinet for the so many hard questions which were positive in nature. The questions were in good faith, making sure we were on top of the game. Honorable Minister, it's nice working with you. I wish to thank my colleagues, the members of parliament. Without those hard questions, maybe we would have faltered. We took those questions in good faith. And today, when we are standing here, we are celebrating the success of everyone who has been working with us through this hard path to deliver the transition and the transfer of the assets, from retransfer of the assets from Umeme now to UEDCL. And to my team in Ministry of Energy, I believe in you. I will not fear, actually, when I'm going to Parliament or Cabinet, because I have, you see, a very strong team behind me. P.S. Thank you for your leadership in the ministry, and to all my staff who have delivered this, and Umeme, Chief Executive, and the board chair. Don't let us and say, you are done. This morning when I was traveling from Soroti, I kept my eyes open. And I was looking out, is there any darkness? Because today is the end of the concession. I'm glad to actually announce I never saw any darkness wherever there was light. So, well done, Umeme, and well done, UEDCL. And I look forward to continued delivery across the value chain of the electricity. Generation who have got to push hard. I heard him say, if we don't work hard, Celestino, you said it, in the next 3 years we shall have a shortage. We take that seriously. The Chief Executive of UEDCL, who have gone, and your board chair, we have got a task to stabilize and deliver power in adequate quantities to wherever there is a call for electricity. And UEDCL, I will not leave Umeme out. We shall continue delivering on the distribution segment of that value chain. It is not my day to speak. I must stop here and thank all of you for listening to me. And with this, I wish to invite the Honorable Minister to come and deliver her speech, and then